Pick a card. We are about to get started. This video is intentional for any clarity that may be needed regarding situations. You guys have options 1, the key, 2, the spoon, and 3, the sword. And I'll give you a moment, if you hadn't picked from the thumbnail, to make your selection, and also just do a small introduction with the bonus cards that came out for the collective. And we'll start with each group. Your individual group numbers will be timestamped in the description box. And if you would like an extended or to ask a question if it resonates, my contact information is always in the description box or in the About tab here on YouTube. All right. Don't forget to hit the like button as well. It's like a boost of energy for the channel, and it just helps to show your support as I support you guys. All right. 2 bonus cards that came out for you. Cutesy, right? You have the Crystal Springs Purity card, number 2. And then you also have the Sapphire Pools Adaptability, which looks like a chameleon, all right, I think, or just like some sort of reptile. Now, what I love about the dragonfly, I'll start here. I've seen it associated with the mind or the head, which could talk about our thoughts and our focus. So it was perfect like that. It was perfect for a clarity reading for the pick a card. In the clarity of life's waters, I seek and find my true depths, harmonizing my emotions and my intellect. Now, what's significant about this is we're in a 3rd dimension, and a lot of you are multi-dimensional beings. So where we use common sense, practicality, and intellect in our everyday life, your emotions may tie into your intuition, your psyche, your gifts, and your abilities. So the necessity in balancing those and finding harmony could be important for your 3D world survival, as well as your life purpose, soul purpose, or something like that. So where your energy goes, or where your focus goes, the energy flows, whatever that saying is. So I just appreciate our little dragonfly coming out. That's what I got intuitively from it. Looking at the cards and holding them together, it makes perfect sense that some of my more pure beings, okay, my innocent little vessels, and if you sit there and say, I ain't innocent, hear me out, all right? You are a high vibrational empath, a star seed, or just someone that may be a little bit more pure than the people or the situations and circumstances in the environment. You may also be very adaptable, like a chameleon, and it's important to put yourself in an environment and surround yourself around people that benefit you, or at least don't weigh you down, hinder you, or cause you any unfavorable, things in your life. Because you pick up on things easily and may, like I said, be more adaptable in situations than most. So you being, you having that reciprocated, or at least protecting yourself may be important. Okay. I noticed that there's calm, still waters in the crystal spring, but there's an overflow in the sapphire pools, which talks about adaptability. So for some of you, there could be changes in the environment where we need one thing and we're in one thing and having to adapt to where we're at. We may need to focus on and be clear with our intentions to get where we want to be. Okay. So I embrace the ever-changing hues of life, finding strength in my ability to adapt and thrive in my environment. What I'm picking up from that, these hues of blue with white, red, and yellow, it's kind of like blue could be tied to emotions, the many emotions that may come about. The red could be tied to passion, anger, upset, you know what I mean? And it's just a little small amount of joy which that doesn't make me happy, but okay, cool. And then your purity, or the white that sometimes purifies or represents purity, it's like still there through it all. So your environment, or the changes that you've had to make within yourself to adapt to the environment, hasn't like fully consumed you. For some of you, this is the balance of embodying it all. But if the blue, because it's dominant, represents the emotion, that's why we have the overflow there. So your thoughts, your thinking could be causing some of that, which may cause confusion, where there's this head over heart kind of thing. It doesn't have to be, but we're going to see what the cards have for us, okay? So once again, for group 1, 2, and 3, I do hope you have made your selections, and we will go ahead and get started with group 1. Okay, green is for go. Group 1, your crystal card is the emeralds. That's very significant in many cultures. Spring, oh my God, and it's tied to one of the actual cards for the reading. You have spring, unity, and vitality. Lush and reminiscent of the green of spring, emerald is known as the stone of successful love, stimulating loyalty, partnerships, and friendship. Emerald opens the heart chakra, healing the auric field with unconditional love, hope, and joy, with exuberance, and a lust for life. The emerald is a sign for new beginnings and a fresh step in life, okay? Radiating health, prosperity, and vitality. Grow in the direction of your dreams and nurture yourself along the way. You deserve the riches that life has to offer you. We have Sagittarius, Venus, and Mars, if that's focusing right. Sorry if it's not. Okay, so there we go. And here is your beautiful card. So green is go for me. Doesn't have to be for you. You also have the Knight of Cups. Really cute, and I love that he has the umbrella. This is a very beautiful card because everybody's protected, okay? I feel like you may be protected, or you're just very protective of yourself. But, you know, I don't want to point fingers, but could be, I don't want to say, how do I say it right? Okay, I'm just going to say, y'all see how the water just falling out of the pail? He may need to hold on a little bit tighter to those emotions. If it's a rocky ride, if he got his own water that he carrying and it's raining and he don't want any extra, okay, in his auric field, or anyone else's emotions in his emotions, I would just, you know, looking at the card, possibly recommend that there be some adjustments made for the journey. And that's usually the story of the Knight of Cups, who moves with the heart, not so much the head. And along the journey, there are things that could frustrate him. I'm not saying that he quits, but he's more likely to not get to the end because of disruptions, and those disruptions are probably triggered by emotions, not so much thoughts or actions or materials, but just maybe the emotions. Now with the Knight of Cups, you have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is sitting at a desk putting a stamp on something, so it could talk about communication, messages, text, a letter, or just loyalty, because the Page of Wands is self-sacrificing and has this belief system that cannot be broken. So the loyalty and the determination is there. It's just emotionally, I don't know if the Knight of Cups is, the devotion is there, but it's like these overwhelming emotions could hinder the journey, the situation, or whatever is at hand. Now, green is connected to a yes. The Page of Wands card could also be a yes. So the answer to if you get yes or no or maybe in your situation is going to be determined by strength. Strength has two factors. It has grace and it has ego. Is it angry, disruptive behavior? Is it doubtful, a need for courage? Or is it graceful and humble and allowing? Okay? So you have the number 40, and it is the Shimmeric Cascade. Ooh, and we have in ingenuity. It says here, with divine guidance and my own resourcefulness, I harness the power to turn challenges into opportunities. Okay, so if there is a challenging situation, you have the capacity to turn it into an opportunity. Nothing can stop you. The only thing that may stop you with this situation is your own behavior, your emotions, and or your focus, your attention, and where that's going. It could negatively affect you to focus and feel things that are unfavorable. It could trigger and ignite the ego. So if this is about a person, and if it's going to work, it just depends on how the balance of the grace versus the courage. So it's like the guide, which is normally a caring, nurturing, feminine aspect in the strength card, or the actual lion that represents the ego, bravery, courage, or this disruptive, passionate behavior. Because the Page of Wands with the Knight of Cups could be very loving and loyal, and just that blend of masculine and feminine energy that's very charming. It could also be what leads to some of the most destructive behavior one could come across. So that is what I have for you, Group 1. And we will move to Group 2. Group 2, your crystal card is Rainbow Obsidian. Okay, let me make sure I got you focused in on your card. Rainbow Obsidian. And did it just come on? All right, let's go. Rainbow Obsidian is hope, depth, evolution. Within the darkness, there's always light. When Rainbow Obsidian's dark exterior is exposed in light, colorful bands highlight the stone's beauty. Rainbow Obsidian is a gentle stone, showing you unhealed matters of the heart and bringing hidden wounds to the surface for ultimate healing. Rainbow Obsidian takes you on a journey of evolution, of opening your heart and discovering your true purpose in life. Able to assist in cutting cords, Rainbow Obsidian floods you with light and love, forgiving yourself and others in the process. We have Libra, Saturn. Beautiful. Okay, let's see what we got. Ooh, you have the Lovers, all right? And look, they going up that hill. I don't know, I'm just kidding. So, in this card, this smoke in front of the ladder just says that that's where the confusion is. The confusion may be about the future of whatever concern you have now. It could be a relationship. It may just be a choice or a decision. So it's given like that Seven of Cups energy right before you. The only way to do this is judgment. So it's either using your discernment, what we've learned from the past, landing in the bed that we made, or getting on that ladder, climbing up, and checking first, checking the records. Because sometimes judgment, to me, and where the ladder leads in this deck, could talk about Akashic records. It talks about past lives, where this relationship stems from, what the lesson is to learn in this situation. And some of you could have all of those questions before making a decision in a certain situation. I also noticed that on the right side, he has the scissors behind his back. So notice you did have in the, and I want to make sure you can see it right there. So notice that. And then your crystal card it specifically talked about showing you things, cutting cords if necessary, healing situations, and forgiveness. So your situation could involve any of those components. Now, typically in the lovers, we have spirit and we have physical. In this particular card, they both have plants. They're looking at the future. So he's not looking at her and then her looking at spirit. They're both looking at the future, where she has the apple behind her back and he has the scissors behind his. Now, the apple can sometimes represent knowledge and or what they consider to be the forbidden fruit. I think, just intuitively, if they were asked not to do it and they were on a journey heading somewhere else and told don't touch nothing, for her to take that apple and put it behind her back, he might be cutting her off. We find out. I don't know. The fire on his end definitely for me points more to spirit. Just as a theology major, I've seen in many different cultures where the fire was connected to some level of communication with the divine. And he has that on his side. So it's like the gender roles are kind of reversing, or something about this question or concern you have is not normal, right? So there's a choice and or a lover. You also have the Eight of Coins. It could be about work, resources, and or sacrifices. Do I have to let something go? Is this going to work? And how many times will this repeat? The Seven of Cups talks about repetition. So does the Eight of Pentacles. I also see like a school, an institution, or some sort of castle, some sort of building or development in front of him. But he chooses to work outside, okay? They're also outside. Other cards in this deck kind of point to being in the house, in a boat, in the ocean. So where these characters choose to stand may say a lot. The Eight of Pentacles could talk to mastery. So the question or concern that you have, or any confusion that you have in your life, may be about the self. Something that you're doing or a decision that you'll have to make for yourself. And in doing so, you may notice that you're constantly making decisions, or you're constantly going through some of the same situations, maybe even with the same people or same archetypes. Now, that could be good, it could be bad. It does talk about consistency. And so the consistency in your decision making gives me an ultimate choice. And once you make that choice, kind of like sticking to it. If this is about a partner, it is very complicated because you have two cards talking about cord cutting and healing, and then you have focusing on work. So I'm not sure if the confusion is because someone may not want to deal with the questions that may be at hand and may be busying themselves or focused on themselves if there's some sort of group thing going on here, okay, or team thing. Someone could be focusing on themselves, which may be why each of them has ulterior motives or something on their mind that isn't consistent with the other, and they're both hiding something. Okay, he's out in plain sight. All right, so there's that. Your bonus card is Sylph's Stream. Some of you, it could be a choice or a decision on multiple streams of income or actual work. She's a fairy, and I will say from what I heard, fairies can grant wishes and they can also play games. So just be mindful. It's like the Little Mermaid saying she wanted feet to get the prince, but then she got the feet and lost her voice and couldn't sing, and that's how he identified her. So it's like a trick or treat, possibly. However, the card reads, embracing the spirit of adventure, I step into the unknown. Whether I soar or stumble, each step enriches my journey. And that is so perfect for your cards, group 2, because they're stepping into the unknown. We're not sure if they're going to soar or stumble because it's a lot going on. They holding hands, they're dressed nice, they're prepared, it was intentional, they got there together, but they each have their own individual kind of like either intentions, tools, journey, or outcome and expectations. It shows the difference or the polarity in aspects of us, from one side of us to the other of us, or if there are multiple people in this situation. That particular card says each step enriches my journey. So when we talk about self-mastery, you can forgive yourself. Like your crystal card said, it talks about forgiveness and healing for the self, because regardless what you do in this situation, it will grow and enhance you overall. So don't be afraid and don't let it, kick you in the butt. Group 2, that's what I got for you. We're going to go to Group 3. Ooh, this is cute. You have rose quartz as your crystal. Love, nurture, romance, calling in unconditional love. I just want to make sure you can see it. Okay, I'm hitting you in the face with it. Hold on. Okay. Did it do it? I don't want to lock it. Okay. Calling in unconditional love, rose quartz invokes a gentle yet powerful feminine energy that nurtures and protects your heart. It can be used to attract new romance and to build closer bonds in your relationships. Rose quartz opens the heart chakra and heals heartache, grief, and any unexpressed emotions. It asks that you show yourself compassion, forgiveness, and acceptance. Rose quartz also inspires beauty in all forms, opens your heart to the beauty within you. And we have Taurus, Libra, and Venus. Okay? It's literally a heart. That is too cute. So group 3, you got a heart as your crystal card, and that is like super cute. Come on. Your first card, okay, I see 2 cups. The first card you have out is the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles does talk about good health. It talks about wealth. It talks about success. It talks about legacy. But it also talks about burdens and baggage. So I don't know if this 2 of Cups yet is a harmonious factor, or if we're pouring out the cups and pouring out the baggage. All right. And you may want to check out group 2, because group 2 had the Lovers, and it was the same people, and we couldn't figure out what their intentions were in that reading. But for you, the 2 of Cups literally means harmony and balance. So I feel that whatever is on your mind or causing you some sense of confusion, or just where you may need clarity in your life, harmony and balance may help you get that within this relationship or within your situation. The Ten of Pentacles is an energy of legacy. Tens in a reading kind of tell me, how is this going to affect you now? How is it going to affect you in the future? And how did it affect you in the past? So if you're asking about true love, if something is right, when will it come? This is a past, present, future, sort of like honest question that we ask each other that's going to require harmony and balance. Regardless of the situation or the concern, the heart is here. So it's still, if this could be work, it could be soul purpose, it could be love and relationships. You could be single and ready to mingle and just stumbled upon this video, whatever the case may be. But with the heart, it's not a head over heart thing. It's doing what you love, and it's like an unconditional love. There's no hate, there's no anger, there's no confusion, sorry about that. It is only love for the situation, and feminine energy, grace, nurturing, acceptance, and forgiving. That's what may be more favorable for the occasion. I personally have been in situations where, depending on the nature of myself or the other parties involved, it could be many behaviors and many emotions that are navigating the situation. If confusion is involved or a need for clarity and synchronization is involved, here's a sign that your softer side, your feminine side, your heart, being loving, being forgiving, and just unconditionally being like very abundant in your understanding and your approach to the situation. It could be a family situation with the Ten of Pentacles, a family business, or it just involves others. Okay. You guys have 2 bonus cards. And what I thought was so cool about this was one of them has melting ice cape. And it says, through unwavering dedication, I find profound meaning in my heart's true reward. Someone is focused on their heart and they're looking to my left. So that signifies maybe the past. This person could be divorced, have trust issues, or just maybe on a journey where they've been focusing on themselves, just like thawing out, regardless of what the situation is. But on this end, specifically a seahorse is looking to mate and find a life partner. So this is focusing on my heart's true desires, and this is looking for a life partner or like a permanent mate. When they find a mate, it's a lifetime. So there's 2 different frequencies here. Someone focusing on harmony and balance, friendship, and someone else wanting something more serious, moving in together, starting businesses, generating wealth. However this works, someone's looking at love, someone's looking at family. There's just like some sorts of differences. And one is the number 30, which could be significant to anything, or just the number 3. This one is also a 3, but it's 21. So it's kind of like the same things, just different. And sometimes when that happens, it's like it could be perfect, but is it the right time? Or are we on the same path? And they're looking in different directions. With the 2 of Cups, these people are looking into each other. They're pouring into each other. In your oracle cards, these 2 are facing different directions. So that'll tell you a lot about whatever it is that you're dealing with based on those situations. Now with the 21 and the seahorse, it says twilight tide anchored. Now this says, see what I'm saying? This says committed and this says anchored. Those are 2 solid long-term phrases. But while this one is melting, like ice melting, this is a twilight or a tide. It says twilight tide, and tides talk about the ebb and flow, going with the flow. And the melting ice cap, it's like I might be open to it, and it could work if you go with the flow. So there's that. It says, rooted in my core values, I embrace life's tides, trusting that I remain aligned with my authentic self. So here's my true heart's reward, and here is aligned with my authentic self. If you are looking to align with your hopes, your wishes, and your dreams, because when I see twilight, I think about the star, and then when I think about the number 21, I think about the world card. It could be feeling complete and whole with self. You may be looking for wish fulfillment and aligning with your hopes, your wishes, and your dreams, and getting what it is that your heart desires. And it says, with humility, grace, unconditional love, and following your heart, as well as harmony and balance in this endeavor, you may get exactly what it is that you want. If it's a relationship demographic, I feel that this is 3, 21 is 3, but we're just different. And it's like, this is ice, this is water. The ice melts, the water moves. It's like, so I do hope that this helps and provided some insight to your concern. And I appreciate you, Group 3. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos. Until next time.